Today, we're diving into the major scandals that have surrounded French President Emmanuel Macron. From personal controversies to political upheavals, and even some wild conspiracy theories, Macron's career has been anything but dull. If politics is a circus, then Macron has been the ringmaster, juggling flaming torches while riding a unicycle on a tightrope over a pit of alligators. Only the alligators are also on fire. From the very beginning, Macron's journey to the Élysée Palace has been marked by both remarkable ambition and relentless scrutiny. It's almost as if he's been living in a soap opera, complete with dramatic love affairs, shocking betrayals, and the occasional slap in the face. Yes, literal slaps. We'll get to that. From his eyebrow-raising romance with his former high school teacher to the explosive Slapgate incident, Macron's life is a buffet of scandalous entrees that would make even the Kardashians blush. So buckle up, because this roller coaster ride through the life and times of Emmanuel Macron is going to be one for the history books. We'll be peeling back the layers of political drama, personal controversies, and the kind of conspiracy theories that only the internet in its infinite wisdom could conjure. It's like peeling an onion, except this onion might make you cry for entirely different reasons. Let's start with the juicy bit, shall we? Emmanuel Macron met Brigitte Ozier when he was just 15 years old. She was his drama teacher, and their relationship blossomed in a way that can only be described as controversial. Imagine being the star of a real-life French romantic drama, except everyone else around you is clutching their pearls and gasping in horror. That's young Macron for you. The local outrage was palpable. The town of Amiens was buzzing with gossip, and not the good kind. "Scandalous!" they cried. "Inappropriate!" they shouted. But Macron, ever the determined romantic hero, was undeterred. Their relationship continued to flourish, and by the time he was 17, he famously declared, "Whatever you do, I will marry you," to Brigitte. And marry her he did, in 2007, despite a 24-year age gap and the collective gasp of a nation. Their marriage has been both a source of fascination and a point of contention. Some see it as a testament to true love conquering all, while others view it as a scandalous start for a man who would one day lead a nation. But one thing is for certain, Macron's relationship with Brigitte has been anything but ordinary, setting the stage for a life that would be scrutinized, criticized, and endlessly debated. Fast forward to May 2025, and we find ourselves in the midst of the infamous Slapgate incident. Picture this: Macron, on an official visit to Vietnam, is suddenly slapped in the face by a disgruntled local during a meet and greet. Yes, you heard that right. Slapped. It's the kind of incident that gives new meaning to the term facepalm. Initially, Macron's office denied the incident, likely hoping it would just disappear like a bad dream. But this is the age of smartphones and social media where nothing truly disappears. Video footage soon surfaced, showing the slap in all its humiliating glory. The world watched in shock, and Macron's office had no choice but to admit that yes, the president of France had indeed been slapped in public. The slap, of course, was more than just a physical blow, it was a symbolic one. It highlighted the growing discontent and frustration among the public, not just in Vietnam but globally. Macron's policies and demeanor had been rubbing people the wrong way, and this incident was a slap, pun very much intended, in the face of his administration. It was a moment that would go down in history, not just for its absurdity, but for what it represented. A leader out of touch with the people. Now let's rewind a few months to December 2024, a time that can only be described as the political equivalent of a dumpster fire. Macron's government faced a vote of no confidence, and spoiler alert, it didn't go well. The vote passed, leading to the collapse of the government and throwing the country into a chaotic political whirlwind. The vote of no confidence was fueled by a myriad of issues: economic woes, public dissatisfaction, and a series of political blunders. It was like watching a slow-motion train wreck where you know what's coming, but you can't look away. The political chaos that ensued was nothing short of a Shakespearean tragedy, complete with backstabbing, betrayal, and a whole lot of finger-pointing. France's Court of Auditors had been issuing warnings for months, highlighting fiscal mismanagement and economic instability, but those warnings fell on deaf ears. The government's collapse was a wake-up call, a harsh reminder that ignoring problems doesn't make them disappear. It just makes the fallout that much worse. The political scene was left in disarray, with Macron scrambling to pick up the pieces and restore some semblance of order. In the midst of all this, Macron decided to visit Vietnam in 2025, hoping to strengthen trade relations and diplomatic ties, but as you can imagine, the visit was overshadowed by the ever-present specter of Slapgate. The slap incident was the elephant in the room, casting a long shadow over the entire trip. Trade negotiations were tense, with concerns about U.S. trade concessions looming large. Macron's visit was intended to bolster economic ties, but instead, it became a diplomatic minefield. The slap incident had not only embarrassed Macron, but had also provided ammunition for critics who questioned his leadership and diplomatic skills. The visit highlighted the fragile nature of international relations, where a single incident can derail months of planning and negotiation. Macron found himself in a precarious position, trying to navigate the complexities of trade while dealing with the fallout from Slapgate. It was a delicate balancing act, one that required both skill and diplomacy, qualities that were increasingly being called into question. As if things couldn't get any worse, May 2025 brought with it a fresh wave of scandal cocaine allegations. Social media, particularly pro-Russian accounts, was abuzz with claims that Macron had been involved in a cocaine scandal. The allegations were baseless, of course, but in the age of digital disinformation, truth often takes a backseat to sensationalism. The Élysée Palace was quick to debunk the claims, labeling them as part of a disinformation campaign aimed at discrediting Macron. But the damage was done. The allegations had already spread like wildfire, feeding into a narrative of corruption and scandal that had been surrounding Macron for years. It was a classic case of throw enough mud, and some of it will stick. Macron himself was vocal about the issue, accusing foreign actors of meddling in French politics and spreading false information. The cocaine allegations were just another chapter in a long saga of disinformation campaigns aimed at destabilizing his presidency. It was a stark reminder of the power of digital media and the challenges it poses for modern leaders. And finally, we come to the LGBTQ+ rumors. Accusations had been swirling for years that Macron was using Brigitte as a cover for his own sexuality. These rumors were baseless, of course, but they persisted, fueled by a combination of internet speculation and political maneuvering. Macron had always been open in his support for LGBTQ+ rights, but the rumors took on a life of their own. Some even falsely claimed that Brigitte herself was transgender, a bizarre and unfounded allegation that only added fuel to the fire. It was a surreal twist in an already convoluted narrative, highlighting the lengths to which some would go to discredit Macron. In response, Macron and Brigitte both issued strong denials, emphasizing their commitment to each other, and dismissing the rumors as nothing more than malicious gossip. But in the world of politics, perception often trumps reality, and the rumors continued to circulate, adding another layer of complexity to Macron's already tumultuous presidency. Macron's presidency is a testament to how personal history, political challenges, and digital disinformation can converge in modern leadership. From his unconventional romance with Brigitte to the political firestorms that have defined his tenure, Macron's journey has been anything but straightforward. It's a story of highs and lows, of triumphs and tribulations, and of a leader navigating the murky waters of 21st century politics. Whether these scandals will define his legacy remains to be seen, but one thing is for sure, Emmanuel Macron's story is far from over. As he continues to lead France through turbulent times, the world will be watching, scrutinizing, and no doubt, gossiping. Because if there's one thing we've learned, it's that in the world of politics, the line between reality and drama is often blurred. So, stay tuned, because the saga of Emmanuel Macron is still unfolding. There will be more chapters, more controversies, and more moments that will make you question the very nature of leadership in the modern age. And if history is any guide, it's going to be one heck of a ride.